Well, Google I/O wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. A lot of the things that I expected to see based on the past history of Google I/O events, such as talking about Android updates, talking about the new version, talking about new features, talking about new Pixel features, talking about and showing off new hardware, basically zero of that happened. So it was one, it was really boring, which I expected, and I watched the whole thing and I was just kind of expecting there to be something at the end like, oh, one more thing, or let's talk about this, and it just didn't happen. But I do want to do a brief recap and kind of cover some of the important things that we did learn about Google I/O and the Pixel platform and Android. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's talk about the Google I/O stuff. Like I was saying, we basically saw nothing that we expected to see and nothing that we really wanted to see. It was basically a 2-hour-long AI love fest, and they mentioned the Google Pixel 8a, I think, one time, which that was about it when it came to hardware. We were fully expecting to see conversation on the Google Tensor G4, maybe expecting to see some leaks or some images on the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, maybe the Pixel 9 Pro XL, maybe the Pixel Fold 2. I would have taken any of the above, and none of the above happened. No new hardware. They didn't announce any new hardware. Nothing new came out. You know, usually before it's like, oh, here's our new earbuds, here's our new phone, here's our new tablet, our new Nest device or something. You know, something. But there was nothing. So that was kind of disappointing. And yeah, I do have the Pixel 8a. Google sent this out to me as part of Team Pixel's program. I've got a lot of thoughts on it. I've covered them mostly, but I am going to do my full review here, have it out probably in a couple of days so I can give you the full explanation and my thoughts on how good the phone actually is, other than just the fact that I think it's way overpriced. So I'm going to have to read some of these because I can't remember like all 28 of these different things, but I'm going to give you a rundown on what there is that was pertinent and relevant to Android. So there was a lot of AI updates. We're talking about Google Astra, we're talking about Gemini Nano Pro or Gemini Pro 1.5 and all these different capabilities and how many tokens, and I don't even understand half that stuff. But the stuff that is relevant to Android, I'm going to talk to you about in this video. So, where'd it go? I lost my spot. And this is straight from Google's blog. They said 100 things we announced at Google I/O. So I'm like, all right, cool. Starting with the Pixel later this year, Gemini Nano will have built-in on-device foundational model, will have multimodal capabilities. Beyond just processing text input, your phone will also be able to understand more information in context like sights, sounds, and spoken language. So it's not just going to be text. TalkBack, an accessibility feature for Android devices that helps blind and low vision people use touch and spoken feedback to better interact with their devices. It's being improved thanks to Gemini Nano with multimodality. Like I said, it's not just bringing in text, it's bringing in images and sound and things like that to help kind of explain the world around them. New opt-in scam protection. So this one was cool. This one they had a kind of big thing about during the keynote. We know we have the Google Assistant when it comes to answering phone calls and screening them. There's a scam functionality now, because a lot of times you're on the phone and you pick these phone calls up. It doesn't say spam call or calling, or you're brave enough to answer the phone, and then somebody starts talking about your home's extended warranty, buying your house, talking to you about, oh, your bank account's been compromised, and you have to opt into this feature. But it will notify you in the phone call and say, hey, we think this is a scam. And that could be helpful for a lot of people. So that's coming. That's something that's cool. More details later this year, apparently. And they announced Circle to Search is currently available on more than 100 million Android devices, on track to double that by the end of the year. So look for more expansion of Circle to Search this year. And soon you'll be able to use Gemini on Android to create drag and drop generated images into Google's Gmail, Google Messages, and more, or ask about the YouTube video you're viewing. So there's going to be more context and I guess more fluidity with moving things around and how you can incorporate them. That's pretty cool. If you have Gemini Advanced, you'll also have the option to ask this PDF. It's a function feature to get an answer quickly without having to scroll through the entire multitude of pages. And students can now use Circle to Search for homework for help directly from select Android phones and tablets. This feature is powered by LearnLM, our new family of models based on Gemini fine-tuned for learning. So that's interesting. Be neat to see some applicability. And there's going to be some improvements to circle to search. Later this year, we'll be able to solve more complex problems involving symbolic formulas, diagrams, graphs, and more. So you'll be able to use circle to search to solve problems, like serious complex problems. So that could be very helpful, especially for students who are trying to figure out math problems and things like that, science, mathematical equations, all sorts of things. That could be very helpful. They introduced the second beta of Android 15. So we should be coming up on a final version of Android 15 for beta soon, because it'll likely be out around September, August, September timeframe. It should be shooting for September. They ran into some issues last year, which ended up pushing it back to launching with the Pixel 8 devices, but it was supposed to come out in September, and it didn't happen. So we'll see about that this year, but they should reach platform stability this summer, which means that they're done working on Android 15. Really, it's just at that point is allowing developers time to make sure all their apps work with it before it gets ready to launch. So that's something we'll see this summer. Theft detection locks uses powerful Google AI to sense if your device has been snatched and quickly lock down your information on your phone. That's cool. Private space is coming to Android 15, which lets you choose apps to keep secure inside a separate space that requires an extra layer of authentication to open. So think of it like a little secret clubhouse inside of your phone where you can put some stuff that you want that requires extra security to get to it. Nobody can they open your phone, but they can't get into that area. And if a separate lock screen isn't coming for your private spaces, you can hide the existence of it altogether. That'd be like, just hide it. That's cool. Later this year, Google Play Protect will use on-device AI to help spot apps that attempt to hide their actions to engage in fraud or phishing. That's nice, extra level of detection to keep your phone safe. We're bringing an updated message experience to Japan with RCS and Google Messages. So RCS is expanding. That's cool. Soon in the US, you'll be able to create a digital version of passes that contain text. Simply take a photo of a pass like an insurance card or event ticket, easily add it to Google Wallet. That's a feature we've had with the Apple Wallet for a while, so that's pretty neat. I don't know about taking a picture, but you at least put digital stuff in there. We showed off augmented reality content, which will be available directly in Google Maps, laying the foundation for an extended reality XR platform we are building in collaboration with Samsung and Qualcomm for the Android ecosystem. That's cool. You can now catch up on episodes of your favorite shows on Max and Peacock, or start a game of Angry Birds on select cars with Google built in. That's pretty neat. And we're also bringing Google Cast to cars with Android Automotive OS, starting with Rivian in the coming months, so you can easily cast video content from your phone to your car. Hey, that's pretty cool. Screen share inside your car. Later this year, battery optimizations are coming to watches with Wear OS 5. For example, running an outdoor marathon will consume up to 20% less power. For those of you running marathons wearing a Google Watch, I'm not. I'm just running to the refrigerator. But hey, less power consumption there compared to Wear OS 4. Wear OS 5 will also give fitness apps the option to support more data types like ground contact, time, stride length, and vertical oscillation. So that'll be improvements there for metrics. It's now easier to pick what to watch on Google TV and other Android TV OS devices with personalized AI-generated descriptions thanks to our Gemini model. And I've actually noticed over the last year that these AI descriptions, like in videos, especially with YouTube, have gotten way, way, way better, way more accurate. And here's a fun stat. Since launch, people have made over 1 billion fast pair connections. That's quite a bit. And later this month, you'll be able to use Fast Pair to connect and find items like your keys, wallet, or luggage in a Find My Device app with the Bluetooth tracker tag from Chipolo and Pebblebee, with more partners to come. So basically, they're building out their Find My Device platform very much like Apple's Find My application, and scaling that out with some third-party partners. So you'll be able to incorporate things like that, get some tags basically for Android stuff. So that's basically the rundown of all the Android updates that we got. There's of course more stuff for developers, there's more stuff for Gemini, there's more stuff, like there's a lot of stuff, but I think for people watching this channel, largely you were interested in two things: Android updates and where's the new products. And there were no new products. I mean, we do the Pixel 8a. Anyway, I'll have my full review out on that in the near future, but I wanted to talk to y'all about this. I know I had to read all of it, but like anybody could actually remember all of that, right? So hopefully I did a good job fluidly reading that and effectively translating what I thought needed to be translated to help you understand what the updates are. But yeah, Google I/O was a big bust this year. They pulled the wool out, the rug out from under us on this one, because it was nothing like what anybody really expected. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Google I/O next year. Probably still I won't be getting invited, but that's okay with me because I don't like to travel much anyway. But anyway, so that's all I got in this video. I just wanted to go ahead and give you the updates. I know I talked about it. I was waiting to see if there was more because I made a tweet about it on day one. I'm like, where's all the Android and the product stuff? And someone was like, oh, that's tomorrow. But they didn't televise or broadcast that. It was only the keynote that they showed publicly for everybody. So there's not really any publicly available information other than just updates like this and some articles. So I was like, well, I waited. There was nothing for me to share really. And well, this is what I found to share. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.